Transportation was really an integral part of redlining. A redlined community looks like highways. It sounds like a lot of noise. It sounds like a lot of traffic, horns honking, heavy-duty vehicles, trucks. It feels disconnected. These are the kinds of feelings that you experience when you're in a redlined community when it comes to the transportation.
In the United States, transportation is the leading source of greenhouse gas emissions, which contributes harmful pollutants that cause illnesses like asthma and exacerbate climate change. Low-income neighborhoods, mostly made up of people of color, bear the disproportionate burdens of transportation pollution.
Throughout the country where a lot of redlined neighborhoods were based, that's often where highways were developed, where pollution facilities that require a lot of medium and heavy-duty vehicles were sited.
The combination of industry and freeways is literally locking in pollution into those neighborhoods.
So San Isidro has always been surrounded by highways and have approximately 70,000 commuters crossing each day.
Because it's a valley, the pollution kind of gets trapped inside right here.
It's expensive to transition to cleaner mobility options like electric vehicles. This too often leaves low-income households with fewer affordable choices and a greater dependence on gas-powered vehicles. Studies confirm severe racial disparities in the exposure to air pollution from passenger vehicles. Older gas-powered cars and trucks are among the leading contributors to greenhouse gas emissions.
Air quality here affects families with young kids with asthma. There's a high rate.
The numbers don't lie. In California, Latinos are exposed to 13% and Black people are exposed to 11% higher concentrations of air pollution from emissions. Beyond the health impacts, a lack of mobility investment limits communities of color from accessing the very economic opportunities they need to thrive.
Our neighborhoods experience poverty, unemployment. People who are in need of jobs are in neighborhoods here on the west side of Chicago. The job centers are far away from us. In some cases, transit is not an option. In some cases, cycling is not an option, or of course, walking may not be an option. Driving is a challenge as well because people have to be able to afford a car. Government agencies will put themselves in a lead position to bring mobility hubs to Black and brown neighborhoods without a full partnership with community-based organizations at the neighborhood level.
When the Divvy bikes were coming to our community, the places they wanted to put the Divvy bikes, they were in dark spaces. And I was like, would you want to get a Divvy bike at night and there is no lighting here?
Right.
See, this is what I tell you about the city giving us what you want us to have and not what we asked you for.
Right.
So let me engage the community a little bit more.
With charging infrastructure, installations, maintenance, with the development of new battery types and new electric vehicles, there's going to be a lot of opportunity for us to be able to empower BIPOC communities. Historically, transportation manufacturing, technological development is a big opportunity for this kinds of wealth generation to happen.
We also want to see that communities themselves are valued for their expertise.
Partners are thinking about how to develop streets that are more friendly to pedestrians, more friendly to active transportation.
There's going to be a public infrastructure for active mobility and pedestrians, linking to light rail, which is going to link us to the rest of the city.
And be able to actually deploy clean energy technology via electric vehicles in low-income neighborhoods.
Shareable micromobility and charging stations for EVs.
It's important that philanthropy, that other industry partners start to look at these community organizations that we're partnering with in Greenlining the Block and invest in those ideas, invest in those thought leaders.